International Monetary Fund or IMF is an international organization that promotes global economic growth and financial stability, encourages international trade and reduces poverty. It was established at the United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference, also known as Bretton Woods Conference, on July 22, 1944 as an organ under the UN system. The IMF headquarters is located in Washington, D.C., USA. The IMF produces a wealth of analytical reports. It provides the World Economic Outlook, the Global Financial Stability Report, and the Fiscal Monitor each year. It also delves in regional and country specific assessments. It uses this information to determine which countries need to improve their policies. Hence, the IMF can identify which countries threaten global stability. The member countries that have agreed to the IMF recommendations because they want to improve their economies and remove these threats. The International Monetary Fund works to achieve sustainable growth and prosperity for all of its 190 member countries. It does so by supporting economic policies that promote financial stability and monetary cooperation, which are essential to increase productivity, job creation, and economic well-being. The IMF is governed by and accountable to its member countries. So, what does the IMF do? The IMF has three critical missions: furthering the international monetary cooperation, encouraging the expansion of trade and economic growth, and discouraging policies that would harm prosperity. To fulfill these missions, IMF member countries work collaboratively with each other and with other international bodies. IMF funds come from two major sources. It is the quotas and loans. Quotas, which are pooled funds of member nations, generate most IMF funds. The size of a member's quota depends on its economic and financial importance in the world. The IMF employs three main functions. It is the surveillance, financial assistance, and technical assistance to promote the stability of the international monetary and financial system. Surveillance: the IMF closely monitors each member country's economic and financial developments and holds a policy dialogue with a member country on a regular basis, also known as Article 4 consultation, usually once in each year to assess its economic conditions with a view of providing policy recommendations. The IMF also reviews global and regional development and outlook based on information from individual consultations. The IMF publishes such assessment on the multilateral surveillance through the World Economic Outlook and Global Financial Stability Report or a semi-annual basis. Financial assistance: the IMF lends to its member countries facing balance of payments problems in order to facilitate the adjustment process and restore members' countries' economic growth and stability. Through various loans instruments or facilities, an IMF loan is usually provided under an arrangement requiring a borrowing country to undertake the specific policies and measures to resolve its balance of payments problem as specified in a letter of intent. Most IMF loans are primarily financed by its member countries through payments of quotas. Thus, the IMF lending capacity is mainly determined by the total amount of quotas. Nevertheless, if necessary, the IMF may borrow from a number of its financial strongest member countries through the New Arrangement to Borrow or NAB, or the General Arrangements to Borrow or JAB to supplement the resources from its quotas. Lastly is the technical assistance. The IMF provides technical assistance to help member countries strengthen their capacity to design and implement effective policies in four areas, namely: first is the monetary and financial policies, second is the fiscal policy and management, third is the statistics, and fourth is the economic and financial legislations. In addition to technical assistance, the IMF also offers training courses and seminars to member countries at the IMF institution in Washington, D.C., and other regional training institutes in Australia, Brazil, China, India, Singapore, Tunisia, and United Arab Emirates.